Hi, this is Mary Newell, and I'm going to be reading from my book ENTWINE, which is a finalist for the Big Other Poetry Award. Many thanks to John Madeira for considering the book, and to my publisher, Jeffrey Gatza of Blazebox Books. Most of the book is a sort of praise and exaltation for the opportunities of interconnection with other species when I lived near the woods between the Appalachian Trail and the Hudson River. But there is also acknowledgement of the human impact on the environment and how that has affected wildlife and so on. So I want to begin with just a short prose section that addresses that aspect, and then I'll move to the poetry. This is called Brook Hoodweek. Coppermine Brook marks the southern border between this property and extensive state land. It flows from the Appalachian Trail down to the Hudson River, ending in a splendid waterfall. I had planned to make the brook the main artery of the book. Until recently, the waterfall where the brook splashes into the Hudson was promoted as a natural feature in the area. But whether in some hazy or greedy moment, or for needed funds, the river edge plot was sold and the falls privatized. The public path now twists weirdly to circumvent it, and the accessible part of the brook peters out under a footbridge. To see the falls, you need to take to the river. Hey, you say, it's the Anthropocene. People first. What can you expect? I felt I was riding a wild beast, and while learning its language, someone clipped its tail. Still, liveliness persists around the edges. So I drew in my compass and focused right here, where much goes on from under my nose to high above it. This first poem is a Hudson River poem. It's called Intersection Witness, and it has both V's for waves and wakes. Intersection Witness. Say the wakes of a sailboat and a plump of mallards intersect. Many V's flange out behind their gliding. Plankton, pushed to the V arms, roll over with turbulence, spuming, while in between the water is slick. The wakes run interference on the tide, deforming waves that lap the shore. Say, someone standing on shore tries to unravel that rippling skein, tracing backwards from the waves, while her rapt companion sways to the undulations as the laps refresh her feet. In the pith of intersecting wakes, say, life is complex, perplexing, has beauty, has pattern, has meaning embedded in that tangle, or in its witnessing. And following two hummingbird poems. So hummingbirds are the only pollinator now for salvias, a species of flower with deep throats. Over time, the salvia's throats have become deeper so that no other pollinators can really enter successfully. Covivance. Hummingbird tangles with salvias. Generations of ENTWINE fold into this smooth bonding. Locomotes by quiver, broadcasts by wing whir, ripple of flight wake. Figure eight spinouts flash iridescent green. Needs frequent sweets to sustain fast pulsing heart. Whiz, zip, hover, to sip with forked tongue, drawing nectar from deep-throated blooms. Salvia's trapdoor stamens rub pollen on transfixed head of sipper who soon flits with gold corona to blend pollen from mauve and blue salvias to forge the new ultraviolet tone. Intervolve. O voltaic garden flit, your volant frivels smile me. Hummingbird, circumvolutions phosphorescent on gyrating wings, fructuous voliere. Can you show me not to cling so hard it shreds tendons, rips heart house? Joy in volatility, deep intake, plunge into spacious. So this next poem corresponds to the book's cover, which is an overlapping picture of a hawk and my shadow on the ground. And it's written in 2 columns to begin with the hawk on one side and myself on the other. The heart rate of a red-tailed hawk, on average, 202 beats per minute. Mine is 65. Food, mostly small mammals. Mine, veggie, omnivore. Auburn and white feathers pair to my few auburn streaks in white. Domicile, twig nest and tree. Me, house with many windows, through one of which I see you in the yard. Unusual proximity, perched on a long horizontal. Sustained, unwavering. I become as still as you. No feather ruffles. Long practice holding a gaze. Is it mere accident you seem to look my way? Is your stillness just prey ready? For me, a prayer to unconceal connection. The term adjacent insufficient for this yearning to tug the thread that tangles us together. Neither prey nor protector, no necessity. I'm touched by wildness, flight, while you perhaps find respite with no predators. I ache to claim this gaze is mutual. Would that imply intent? I honor this space that opens in elongated gaze till you release the branch to soar, circling wide and out of sight. Pulse underwater. Perched on the boulder pile, legs dangling toward the funnel, where the current slows from flowing brook to log dam to dip pool, pellucid at its base. Silt settled, last fall's leaf drop forced downstream by recent storm. Skimmers skate the languid swell. Dragonflies' toothed jaws snap insects. They're wakeful daily. An occasional toad comments from claybank. Stretch, leg, edge in, rippling, chill water skin, ankles gluing. Toad eyes follow without startle. Slip in resistless, halfway under, weight drop, immerse under, eardrum, muffled timpani, brook throb, hone inward. This last poem has an epigraph from Clayton Eshelman. Because of nothingness, we desire to bloom. While stirring to bloom, we seek balance by not straying too far out of bounds. But do we bloom on this familiar ground where grass in passageways is trodden down? Empty space pulses with photons inclined to carry light, yet we're dragged toward planetary masses where density encumbers. While stirring to bloom, a probe for stillness at the root of motion, charged emptiness that laps light in. Doors flung open, residuals float away, plunged into liminal, where emergence startles. Amid cascade of air from green to sanguine lives, fathom the luminous gist. Thank you very much.